What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Talking Watches with Owen. The channel is close to hitting 100 subscribers, so hit that button now so you can tell your grandkids that you watched this channel before it was cool. So now let's get into the video. Watch collecting for a lot of people can be a very lonely place. You feel like no one understands you, and scrolling on Houdinki after midnight is the only way you get your kicks. But wait, there is more. So in today's episode, I'm going to line out the 5 main benefits of being in a watch group. So let's roll that intro. First off, let's describe what a watch club / group is. In my general definition, it's a group of people with a common love for watches that stay in contact over a shared medium, be it Discord chat, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, etc. And also have a watch meetup every now and again. In saying that, I don't include the mega Facebook groups with tens of thousands of members. I try to avoid these as best I can. While these groups are fine for starting out in your watch journey, but they really do lack a lot of information and end up being more of a photo gallery for Seikos and Hamiltons, etc. For it to be a true watch group, you really need to know the majority of the people in the group on a one-to-one basis. So when the group goes into the hundreds, it really does lose that personal touch. So now that we know what a watch group is, let's get into the 5 main benefits. Benefit number 1, you really do get to geek out. One of the main problems with being a huge watch geek is we're only a small number of the population. While most people, a watch conversation contains, "Hey, nice watch, man. Yeah, thank you." We somehow find it normal to spend hours talking about the smallest changes in a watch that has been produced for over 50 years. Yes, I know, we are losers. But a watch group gives you the opportunity to really get into conversations that you love and enjoy. Because let's be truthful, we've all been in that situation where you're surrounded by friends and family and you try to bring up the latest release by Grand Seiko. What a beautiful watch. And you're met with pure silence until someone else says, "Hey, did you see the football last night?" And normal conversation resumes and you're left there saying, "Why does no one care about Grand Seiko?" When you get to this stage of watch geekiness, you really need to find yourself a watch group. Benefit number 2, and I think this is one of the main problems everyone finds when they get into watches. I know I did for definite. The fear that you don't know enough, or that everyone else is an expert and you still don't know how to pronounce tourbillon, never mind what it does. But once you join a watch group, you find out that it's not just a bunch of men shouting references numbers at each other. Everyone has their own level of expertise and everyone is happy with that. It's never a competition of who knows more or who's the most expensive watch. Knowledge is not based on the cost of your collection. Watch people really value information and input, so don't be afraid to put yourself out there and attend a group or a meetup. At my first meetup, I showed up with a collection worth about $400 and I was so nervous. It was in a fancy bar in Dublin. I was panicked about, was I dressed right? Will I pretend I didn't bring my watches so I don't have to show my cheap collection? I felt like I was going to be left in the corner and no one would be interested in my story or my watches.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
And like everything, after a few pints of Guinness, we were all best friends. I was getting to try on watches worth 10,000 plus, and everyone was so interested in my story of how I was trying to start Devil watches at the time and was giving me as much advice and support as they could. It really was a great experience. Benefit number 3, it really is a huge learning curve. You really can go down a rabbit hole in a watch group. While YouTube, in my opinion, is one of the greatest educational tools ever invented, there's only so many Rolexes or the perfect collection videos you can watch. Most watch groups contain experts in certain topics, be it watches on the moon, independent brands, up and coming micro bands. Everyone has their own area of expertise, and when you bring this all together, you really can learn a lot. While learning is one of the biggest benefits, you can also add to the group too. Find something that excites you and study it, read about it, learn it, and then add it to the group to help others learn too. The main reason I do this channel is to share my experiences in the watch world, but a very close second is that I learn after every video I produce. I know a little more than I did before, and this is similar to watch groups. The more you participate, the more you learn. Benefit number 4, and probably the most practical one, is you have a free and trusted marketplace. Buying a watch online, especially a vintage watch or a second-hand watch, is probably one of the scariest things you'll do in the watch world. And I can guarantee you people put off purchases of watches online for years before they take the plunge. But what if I told you you could buy a watch from a person you trust, who knows how to treat a watch and maintain a watch, and you can view the watch in person at a meetup? This is like buying a car off the old lady down the road that only drives it to church on a Sunday. It's a win-win. But in saying that, don't just join a group to lowball everyone there and hope that you get a bargain. And on the flip side, Don't go spending money before you get to meet the members and get to understand who they are. But if you're lucky enough to end up in a great group, you'll be surprised at the amount of trading, selling and lending that can take place in a watch group just based on trust and friendship. And this leads me on to the final and most important benefit of this, and that is friendship. I've been lucky enough to be part of a great group for a few years now called the Dublin Watch Group, and I really have made friends for life. We have members in their 20s up to their 60s, from high-end collectors to more affordable collectors, aka me, from watch brand founders to YouTube celebrities. Shout out to Ben over at Wonder Watches. He's gonna kill me for calling him a celebrity. But what we all have in common is a passion for watches and respect to every member that enters the group. And that's all it really takes to have a successful watch group. As long as you respect the people in the group and are open to learning, you can get so much out of a watch group. So the moral of the story is, don't be afraid to attend a meetup or to join a watch group. They're the same as you, just another watch geek trying to talk watches because his friends and family are sick of listening to him. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I loved making it. Please give a shout out to your watch club or group below in the comments. And as always, please turn that thumb blue and hit the subscribe button. I might even do a live video when we hit 100 subscribers. So thank you again. As always, I really appreciate the support and enjoy your weekend.